Welcome to the Nordic Venture Show, your speed date with the hottest Nordic innovations and ventures. In this episode, our venture date is with eBrands, your partner in global commerce growth.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on eBrands,
Right.
a company really focused on powering global growth for brands.
Yeah, I saw that.
We've gathered some info, mostly from their website, their blog, and our mission today is really to understand how they operate, what makes their approach unique.
And what the actual benefits are for brands looking to go international.
Exactly. What's the real deal?
Because you hear partner in global commerce growth, and you think, okay, buzzword alert. What does that really involve day to day for a brand?
Good question. So the core idea is enabling brands to sell worldwide, connecting them with consumers everywhere.
Okay.
And they're specific about focus. North America, Europe, Australia, Asia, major markets.
So not just dipping a toe in, they're aiming for the big leagues. It sounds like they're trying to be this comprehensive bridge.
That's the vibe. And this partnership model they mention, it suggests something deeper than just, providing software.
Right, like they're more invested, not just a vendor, but actually part of the journey. We need to figure out what that partnership looks like in practice.
Okay, so how do they make it happen? Two main things they highlight. First, Apollo.
Their tech platform. Proprietary?
Yep. And second, their global team. Over 60 people, and they specifically mention Nordic values.
Nordic values. Interesting. Okay, so tech and team culture, how do those actually, help the brands?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Well, Apollo, the tech, that's probably the engine, right? Using data, AI, managing all the channels, the complexity,
Good sense.
and the Nordic values bit. Often that implies things like transparency, maybe collaboration.
Could be.
So maybe that translates into how they work with brands, like very open sharing data.
That would make sense. You'd want visibility if someone else is running your international sales.
Definitely. So, okay, the infrastructure, the culture. What about the actual services?
Right. Three main buckets: online marketplaces, direct-to-consumer, and retail. Starting with marketplaces, they describe it as full service. They buy the product, they sell it, handle compliance, listings, PPC ads, customer support, inventory, finance, the works.
So really hands-off for the brand then.
Seems like it. And they do this through their own entities in the US, UK, EU, Australia, Asia. So faster market entry, presumably.
That could be a huge advantage, skipping all the setup headaches. But does the brand lose touch with the customer? That's always a concern with these models.
That's a really fair point. Something to consider. Okay, moving to direct-to-consumer DTC. Here they talk about omni-channel fulfillment, integrated with Shopify, Amazon, Walmart. It says 200-plus channels.
The 200, okay, that's broad.
And then the physical side, warehousing, packing, shipping, tracking, returns.
The logistics.
Yeah, and they mention 1-2 day shipping sometimes, plus compliance, customs clearance, trying to make international feel domestic.
Well, that fast shipping is key these days, isn't it? Customers expect it.
Absolutely.
And customs, compliance, those are major hurdles for brands trying to do it themselves. Their inventory system to single source of truth, demand forecasting. It's critical for efficiency.
Stops you running out of stock or having way too much.
Exactly. I wonder how good their forecasting is across so many different markets, though. What data are they using?
Good question. Okay, third area, retail. Helping brands get into physical stores, basically.
Right, the big retailers.
They mention expertise here and this connected 1P and 3P approach.
Okay, so selling to the retailer and selling through the retailer's site.
Yeah, managing both strategically, plus channel advertising. What stands out to you there?
Well, that connected 1P, 3P thing. It shows they're thinking strategically, not just dumping product. It's about how to use both models best. Maybe 1P for core presence, 3P for wider collection online.
Sure.
And add an advertising on top suggests they're really focused on driving sales within those retail channels.
Makes sense. And underpinning all this, they really push their warehouse network. Strategically located, they say.
Logistics again.
Yeah, for fast local shipping, efficient storage, better customer service. Seems like logistics is absolutely core to their whole offer.
It has to be, right? For global e-commerce, your distribution network is your foundation. Good warehouses mean faster, cheaper shipping, happier customers.
And the scale they mention, It's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Operating on 25-plus marketplaces, 500-plus retailers.
Wow.
Sales in 60-plus countries, shipping over 1 million orders a year.
Okay, so they're not small players. That suggests a lot of experience handling different market complexities and volume.
Definitely paints that picture. And they keep coming back to this end-to-end partner idea, covering fulfillment, logistics, admin, compliance, sales channels, even branding and marketing.
The whole life cycle.
Yeah, they list specifics. Demand forecasting under fulfillment, legal stuff under admin, listings under sales, marketplace marketing under branding. It's very comprehensive.
That's clearly a key selling point, taking that huge burden off the brand, especially smaller ones. It's a turnkey solution. Almost. But again, how much control does the brand keep? That's the balance.
True. They do share a case study, MySoda, entering the US and UK.
A success story.
Yeah, a quote from their commercial director praising eBrands' expertise and commitment. Real-world examples help.
For sure. Adds credibility. Lets other brands see, okay, maybe that could work for us too. We should check their blog for more details on why it works so well.
Good idea. Let's circle back to Apollo, the tech. They say it boosts efficiency, helps expansion, uses millions of data points, AI.
Right, the data-driven aspect.
Sounds like it's not just a dashboard, but actually using data smartly.
Yeah, and that's critical now. Using data for pricing, marketing channels, predicting demand. That's how you optimize globally. It would be great to know what data, though, and how it turns into actual advice for brands.
Definitely. And the team behind it all. They talk about experienced world-class people, that Nordic approach.
Right.
Diverse team, 19 nationalities across continents. How important is the human side in all this tech?
Oh, absolutely crucial. Tech is the tool, but you need people for the nuance.
Yeah.
Right? Understanding cultures, building relationships, navigating tricky international business stuff.
Yeah.
And a diverse team brings different perspectives, local knowledge. That's invaluable. The Nordic approach probably shapes how they interact, maybe that transparency we talked about.
Makes sense. They also seem to anticipate questions potential partners might have.
Like what?
Like which countries? Answer.
Yeah.
All major markets. Do you handle everything? Answer, yes, pretty much, but collaborating on brand. How are you different from a distributor?
Yeah.
Answer, we're more integrated.
Okay. Proactive.
Yeah, they address compliance, what kind of brands they work with,
Right.
shows they understand the concerns.
That builds confidence,
Huh.
clears things up early.
And interestingly, eBrands isn't just a service provider. They have their own brands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, lifestyle brands. Happy Sinks, Wild Yard, Puzzle Ready, Baby Deep Sleep, Myo Eco.
Ah.
They talk about creating functional designs. Happy Sinks got recognized for sustainability. Wild Yard does things like bat houses for biodiversity.
So they're actually doing what they help other brands do.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
What's the significance of that, do you think?
Well, it gives them firsthand experience, doesn't it? They face the same challenges.
True. Dog fooding their own services.
Exactly. It probably informs how they help other brands,
Hmm.
gives them real-world insights, and it's alive.
Yeah. Happy Sinks Sustainability Award pops up again, and a discussion between their head of brand studio and CEO on market positioning, sales expansion, getting leadership insights.
Always valuable to see the thinking at the top, and the sustainability focus seems consistent.
Definitely. Then, Amy Franz, one of the founders, talks about their 100% remote team international culture.
Reinforces that global mindset from the inside.
And a quirky case study, getting an Amazon bestseller badge for a bat house.
A bat house, okay.
Okay.
But that shows they understand how to work the Amazon algorithm, even for niche products.
Exactly. They also cover practical things like reducing shipping and production costs, crucial for sellers,
Always relevant.
and emphasize using customer insights, interpreting data, ties back to Apollo.
Right, that data-driven theme again.
Plus, a puzzle-ready case study on brand identity development. More creative work.
So they're showing breadth logistics, data, and branding.
They stress building an authentic online brand, consistency, transparency, aligns with what we were saying about control.
Good branding fundamentals.
Mention work with NDO, the Trick Scooter, too. Another brand example.
Okay.
We also find out they raised $50 million in funding.
Serious backing.
Yeah.
Shows investor confidence.
And they discuss making Amazon FBA brands more sustainable. Again, that theme.
It's clearly a priority for them and increasingly for the whole industry.
They even analyze stuff like power rationing in China and supply chain impacts.
Wow. Okay, so they're looking at the big picture, global risks. That's important for partners.
Yeah, shows proactive thinking about potential disruptions.
Definitely.
We also meet Milja Marta, a brand manager, talking about their growth approach. puts a face to the operation.
Humanizes it a bit.
And finally, some key numbers. 40-plus brands, 200-plus channels, 200K-plus reviews, 60-plus team members, 1,200-plus products, and apparently a product sells every 30 seconds.
Okay, those metrics give a real sense of scale and activity. They're clearly managing a lot.
So wrapping this deck dive up, it really seems like eBrands offers this very complete end-to-end package for brands wanting to go global.
Yeah, a comprehensive solution.
Using their tech, their team, this partnership idea to handle the tricky stuff, logistics, compliance, different sales channels.
Allowing brands to focus more on product and the core brand, perhaps.
That seems to be the pitch.
They're positioning themselves as that strategic ally, not just a service provider, using tech, data, and a full suite of services to, well, hopefully make global expansion smoother and more successful for brands.
Right. So here's something to chew on as we finish. With everything eBrands offers and the success stories, what do you think are still the biggest hurdles brands face when they try to expand globally?
Good question.
And how specifically might a partner like eBrands actually overcome those particular challenges? Also, what parts of their, Nordic blueprint or their remote international team setup might really give them an edge in navigating all that global complexity and cultural difference?
Yeah, lots to think about there, especially as more businesses look beyond their home markets. How do you really make that leap successfully?
Thanks for listening to the Nordic Venture Show. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more stories of innovation from the Nordics.